Hi everyone, today I am going to give you a tutorial on how I make my overnight oats. Please don't judge me for my wetness on the bottom of my shirt. I was just washing dishes and I'm really messy. I can never wash dishes without getting water all over myself. So the way that I make my overnight oats, I really can't take 100% credit for. I know everybody kind of like tweaks recipes a little bit and methods a little bit, but I ultimately got this method from Katie at Chocolate Covered Katie. So if you have any questions, I'd probably ask her because I'm sure that I changed it a little bit, but the idea I got from her. So all the things that you're going to need to make your overnight oats, you need a small saucepan, a 1/3 cup measuring cup, a tablespoon. Oh, you're going to need a fork too. I forgot to get that out. Going to need a fork, oats, chia seeds, vanilla, almond milk, half of a banana, and I used this other half yesterday, so that's why it's in a little plastic baggie. I need a cool banana guard like Emma at Sweet Tooth Runner. That would be really fun. And then just a plastic or a glass Tupperware container. So, hi Charlie. Charlie's going to help me come and cook. So the first thing that you need to do is measure out 1/3 cups of oats. And my 1/3 cup isn't really a 1/3 cup because I always have it like overflowing. And you're going to dump that into the saucepan. And then you're not going to be able to see me because my janky video recording studio doesn't follow me where I go. And you need to put in 1 cup of water. So I'm going to do that over here by the sink where you can't really see me right now. Alright, so I have 1/3, I'm sorry, not 1/3, I have 1 cup of water in my saucepan. And then I'm going to add 1/3 cup of almond milk, or you can add soy milk or regular milk, whatever kind of milk you use, add it. And at this point, I will turn on my burner, and I set it to pretty high. It's like at the 8. I don't know. I guess that's one of the highest ones you can put it on. Then I take my vanilla, and I don't really measure this. I kind of just pour it in until it looks good. Just like a second or so. And then I take my chia seeds. And I take that tablespoon and I fill it up. It's really not a whole tablespoon, I don't think. Dump it in there, and then I give everything in the pan a swirl. As it's starting to heat up, what I will do is take my banana. Obviously, I'm going to unpeel it. And I hate like the little strings on bananas, so I always have to make sure that all of the strings are gone because they kind of gross me out. Ooh, I forgot, you're going to need a little tiny knife. You can use a butter knife. I use one of these. And I'm going to show you this. Oh gosh, glares. Why does this always happen to me? You're going to want to slice your banana really thin. I don't know if you can see this. I'm afraid that it's going to fall. Ooh, there we go. So you're going to slice your banana really thin. And I just go ahead and I slice it right into the pot. I usually get about 20 slices of that out of half of a banana. I don't know how the people on cooking shows can talk and cook and think at the same time because I've got nothing for you right now except for how I don't think that I could be a cooking show star. Okay, so my banana is in there. Give it a little bit of a swirl, and what happens is I wait for that to start boiling. And while I wait for it to start boiling, I just have to tell you about my my setup that I have in my kitchen right now. What I have is I pulled my kitchen table way over to the other side of my kitchen, although it's really not that far because my kitchen is like this big. So really I only pulled it over like a foot. And I put a large cardboard box on the top of my kitchen table, and I put my computer on top of that. So we are really high tech over here. And I also have to tell you that I kind of feel like I am a talk show host or like on Oprah or something, because I've recorded like 3 of these videos today. So for every single one I change my outfit a little bit to make me feel really cool, even though I'm not. I just don't want you guys to think that I have only one shirt. So that's that. Alright, so once my liquid starts to boil, which it's starting to right now, I usually let it go for about 30 seconds or so, just so that the banana gets softened a little bit more. And what I do is I will whip the banana into the oats, and I actually got that method from Kath at kathyeats.com. So my water is really starting to boil right now. All I do is I take my fork and I just kind of like stir it around. It usually takes about a minute or so for all the banana to kind of whip into the oats. And this gives the oats a really nice texture too, because you're not really breaking them apart, but you're making them a little bit softer. So it gives it a nice texture. And this is the method that I'll use if I'm eating hot oats too, if I'm making them in the morning, except I decrease my liquid by 1/3 of a cup. So right now I have 1 1/3 cups of liquid in here, but if I am just going to eat hot oats in the morning, I only do 1 cup of liquid. So my banana is almost all whipped into here. Almost. Charlie's trying to go outside, but I won't let him because I don't want to wipe off his paws because it's wet outside. He's got a rough life. Okay, so all of my banana is whipped into my liquid and my oats, and at this point I turn the heat off. And even though it's still really liquidy, not all the liquid has absorbed, that's okay, that's what you want, because overnight your liquid will absorb into your, sorry, I'm distracted, somebody's calling me. It's my mom, I'm going to ignore it. Sorry, Mom. Okay, so then I take my Tupperware container, and what I will do is pour all of this into my Tupperware. Steam. I think that's like one of the worst noises in the world. Forks against pans. I don't know. Okay, so what you will be left with, okay, can't really see it too well, it's steaming. You'll get a liquidy mess of oats. You're going to want to cover this up. I always just do it in a Tupperware and I always cover it just because I don't want it to take on any of the smells or the flavors that are already in my refrigerator, especially if there's like onions or garlic in the fridge. Those will permeate into your other food if it's not covered and sealed properly. So what I'll do is I'll put this inside the fridge overnight, and in the morning, I'm just going to tell you what I do. I take it out of the fridge and I put about a tablespoon or 2 of water in this, and then I mix it up really well with a fork. I kind of like re-whip it and kind of break it apart because it'll be like a giant blob of oats, and you don't want to eat the blob. So you have to take a fork and stir it up, and then I will just transfer it to a breakfast bowl, a cereal bowl, and I'll put on all my toppings. I usually, right now, as you've probably seen, I really like using cinnamon. Well, I always use cinnamon, and I will usually put blueberries always peanut butter, and that's about it. And I do eat it cold. You could also do this at night and then heat it up in the microwave for about a minute or so in the morning if you like your oats hot. The reason why I like this trick so much is it makes your oats voluminous, and it makes not so much, well, no, it's a lot of oats, but it's a lot more volume, and I like volume for my food because I like to eat a lot. So that's how I make my overnight oats, and if you guys have any questions or suggestions, let me know. Alright, see you guys later.